Yo, I see myself. I'm live. What's up, Yo, come on. Don't go there. Okay. So what's up, everyone? I'm back. And today I have Zone of the Enders 1. Not on the schedule, but here it is. And the first time in Shots Fired history, I will be playing a game that is not shovelware. This is actually a good game. So the category we're going to be playing on is very hard, which is pretty hard. Oh yeah, we're pretty far ahead of schedule, so that's why this is in. So I'm playing on very hard, and I guess we can start the run in 3, 2, 1, go. Aw, don't dodge me, come on, dude. This is off to a really great start. So while we're getting through this intro stuff that they make you do for some reason on the hardest difficulty, this is the 360 version. All the other versions of the game are kind of terrible for one reason or another. So unfortunately, the Xbox version that no one owns just happens to be the fastest. So just a bit of an intro into what this game actually is. This is Zone of the Enders. It's a game where you are a big robot and you do big robot stuff. The general idea behind this run is that there aren't any glitches or anything exciting. We're just going to be going through the game, and we know the route, and we have strats to hopefully kill everything quickly. Like this. This is technically the first boss in the game, and we can kill her quickly by throwing her into the floor and then doing that, and she just immediately runs away. Oop, wrong button. Yeah, PMC. Unfortunately, the 360 version of this is the fastest, but the 360 version of Zone of the Enders 2 is garbage. So you have to own both if you want to play both games well. It's sad. It's unfortunate. But so there are all these different rooms. This is, I think it's called Factory 1. And we're basically just going to be going through all the rooms of the game, following the route, and doing some chores. That's how I like to think of this game, just a series of chores that we have to do. So we'll be killing some enemies, grabbing some passcodes, and making our way through the video game.
We have obtained the program. No.
So true first boss here. This is the most shots fired boss of the entire game. For his first phase, we're just going to stay just out of reach of this fire attack, and we're just going to spam these small shots as hard as we can. Oop, I actually got backed up against the wall. This is legitimately the fastest way to do this. I swear I've tried everything. Yeah, the thing is, the HD collection for PS3 got patches, but only to Zo 2. Zone of the Enders 1 was not patched, so it's horrible. For a second phase, we just run up to his face and hit him with the charge shots, and then, because this is very hard, all the enemies have more health. So this boss is going to take 3 cycles, and we're just going to kind of have to stand around and wait for him to do this useless attack. I promise this actually does get really hard, but for now it's pretty easy. Unfortunately, he takes one more shot after that. If I could just find some way to sneak one in somewhere, then we could cut this cycle out. And I'll get him off screen to reduce lag. It's really more of a PS3 thing, but I'll do it here too. And I'm going to grab this health. Normally I wouldn't. And even though I do kind of have a lot of health, the next couple fights in the game are really annoying, and I want to make sure I'm at full health for them. Well, not this one, but the stuff that comes after it. So I hope you liked that boss fight, because you won't be seeing another one for like 15 minutes. Oh, they're over here. So one of the things that this game does with the enemies to try and make it more interesting is they add these commanders. Like this guy is level 4 star. Once I kill him, all of his buddies drop to level 1 and they have no health, and I can just kill them instantly. So there are like 3 or 4 commanders in the game, and we just make sure that we kill them first. In this game, for some reason, they don't let you like target stuff with the charge shots very well, so I have to do an untargeted charge shot there to try and hit that commander from a distance. I'll be doing a couple of those throughout the run, and they're all horrible, just so you know. Every single one of them is just garbage. But now we have the place where 95% of runs of this game will reset. This is the first porter section. So these little floating purple things are called porters. You can't lock onto them, and you have to destroy them. There are 2 porter sections in the run. This is the first one. And these are actually going really well. But what makes this a difficult section is that there's no way to avoid these encounters. So I just need to pray that I'm able to run from them. Okay, this is fine so far. This is actually really good.
We have obtained the item.
So the way you run from those encounters is to get them to be off screen for 5 seconds, or it's 3. And sometimes they just like to hang out on your screen and never leave you alone, and then they kill you, and there's nothing you can do about it. So that was actually pretty much perfect. Those were some really good porters. Now here you can see Konami's great collision detection. I just shoot right through the pillar. We were picking up a sniper rifle back there, by the way. I accidentally shot an extra bullet, but you do have 1 extra for the route, so it's fine. The funny thing about that pillar, though, you actually can't shoot through the pillar on PS2. They fucked it up in the HD version and didn't add collision to the pillar, so you can shoot right through it. Like, way to go, Konami. Great job with this port. And they canceled the 3rd game because no one bought it. So these are the couple fights that I grabbed health for back there. Specifically these guys, although my health is good, so I'm not too worried about it. They can kind of combo me to death if they feel like it. So hopefully they won't. I try to kill the 5S, and he was cooperative and died. So this fight's actually going to be pretty free now. But these guys can be awful if they decide to dodge those shots. I was actually extremely lucky because I got a couple double kills in there too. That's what I'm going for when I do all these spin slashes. I'm hoping that I kill 2 enemies with 1 attack. Otherwise, it's not that fast, I guess. I'm gonna grab the health again. This is actually the one fight in the game that can kill you even on easy mode. This fight is truly horrible. And there's an untargeted charge shot strat that you can do here, but I'm not even going to bother with it because it is garbage. Instead, we're just going to come around the back here. So these guys have giant lasers, and the strat here is to try and separate them by stabbing them a whole bunch of times, so that they'll kind of go off in their own way. So as you can see, the lasers do a whole bunch of damage, and we do not want to get hit by the lasers. And I am probably dead. Don't touch me, don't touch me. Alright, no, we're fine. This is fine. But those lasers can combo you to death if you get hit once, on any difficulty. So you do not want to get hit by that. We made it out of there alive. Our health is just great, as you can see. It's really good right now. This is exactly where you want to be. We're in no danger of dying. Everything is fine. Let's right into EPS 1 here. This is one of a couple little linear sections of the game where you just have to kill some one-on-one fights. There's some pretty cool strats you can do on these actually on easy, but I'm not sure how well they work on very hard, and I'm not going to test that in the middle of a run. So let's just try not to die. I think 1 or 2 of these guys might drop health, so this should be okay. If they don't, then that's a problem. Oh, this guy's level 4. Yikes. Okay, there we go. Metatron is a full heal, so we're fine now.
We have shot down the enemy.
This is a pretty exciting sequence of fights we have going on, as you can see. This guy's a commander, but he's got absolutely no one in the group, so I don't know why they did that.
the Metatron ore.
There are a couple mechanics in this game that they included for like 1 second and then just threw out. I'm not sure why. Especially with the ending, it seemed like they were setting up for the sequel, but they actually didn't have any plans for a sequel, and they just made one randomly. So, it's a very questionably designed game at times.
Shot down the enemy.
But it's fine, it's a fun game.
We have obtained the program.
It's a solidly 7 out of 10 video game. Well, that guy takes a lot more hits than I thought he was going to. Okay. By the way, I should mention, on very hard at level 6, these guys have an attack that can kill me in 1 hit. Anything above level 4 can kill me in 1 hit if it feels like it. Just keep that in mind. Alright, we've successfully survived the boredom that is EPS 1, and we can now do another stupid thing. So you can sneak past these guys on easy. One of the things that they change between difficulties for some reason is how far the enemies can see, and there's no way to avoid the enemies on very hard. So we just have to do this and hope they stay off screen, which they did. So now we're this robot. This robot is completely worthless. All of his attacks suck. But we need to use him for a couple of fights because he's the only guy that can do the job, I guess. If you ever find out of bounds in this game, please let me know, because that would skip this entire section. But this guy does have one kind of good attack, and I'm trying to execute it here, but he keeps dodging, so we're just going to go for a stab. Oh, come on. Slightly tricky things about playing the game is that there's only one attack button pretty much, and so whether or not you get a physical attack or a ranged attack just depends entirely on how far away you are from the enemies, and this guy likes to do a completely worthless ranged attack when you're right next to the guy you're trying to stab. It's a real pain in the ass. These fights are going okay so far. Took a lot of damage there, but it doesn't really matter because he always drops Metatron.
We will cease battle position.
And trust me, aside from the fights, everything I'm picking up does actually need to pick all this crap up in order to finish the game. Some of the things we pick up out of order, but it does all need to be picked up eventually. So there we go, we're done with the useless robot. I'm watching the chat. I think by the end of this run, we're like level 2 or 3. Level doesn't really mean that much in this game. It affects your damage output and your health a little bit, I guess. But it's not something I pay attention to. I think we'll be level 2 at the end of the game. There we go. Now we get the absolute most exciting part of any run, and that is going and killing the useless robot that we were just piloting, and this is like a minute of just flying through this empty hallway, and they thought this was a really great idea for some reason. This is thankfully the last time we have to see these hallways though. There's one more little linear sequence later in the game, but it's less lame than this. Slightly. There we go, he's dead. He didn't put up much of a fight. He's level 7, so sometimes he can be an asshole. This run's actually going pretty good so far, though. I haven't put that much time into very hard. Most of the competition for this run is actually an easy difficulty, and that category's gotten stupid optimized. But this one is not very optimized, so we are currently on PB pace. That being said, everything after the next couple of minutes is extremely hard, so don't get too attached to the run. By the way, we have no health now.
Listen.
Because exciting story reasons, we now have 0 health, and we can't take any damage. Or else we'll just die, and we can't heal either, so we have to go install McAfee antivirus to our robot to fix this problem. Or if you prefer, we could be installing Norton right now. There is in fact a virus on our robot, and there we go, we repaired it. Super relevant mechanic. Really glad they stuck that in the game. Now before we get to progress, we have some more random, seemingly pointless fights we have to do, but these enemies are actually holding passcodes to the decoy sub-weapon. This game has a whole bunch of sub-weapons. This is something lame. This game has like a crap ton of sub-weapons, and only 2 of them are actually required. So like we just skip every single sub-weapon in the entire game, except for sniper and decoy. Like, why did they design it that way? They got their act together in the sequel. They give you them as part of the story, so we can actually like route them into the combat. But in this game, we just never bother picking any of them up. My health is a little low right now, so this is a bit scary. This should be okay. It's fixed which enemies drop full heals, but you can randomly get partial heals from these dudes. Oh, come on. Oh god. So we're gonna deal with the mummy head first, because he has giant lasers. Health is not looking so good right now. Yeah, that's what happens on very hard. Not much I could have done about that. Thankfully, it just kicks us back to the start of the fight, so it's not the end of the run or anything. I mean, it kinda is. It kind of is the end of the run, but we're not forced to reset or anything stupid. You see how quickly these guys can just kick your ass, though. Like, come on. There's not much I can really do to make this consistent. My health is just not good coming into this segment. You can probably hear a garbage truck driving by in the background right now, because it's very loud. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna come all the way over here. We're just gonna hit him with the charge shots. Oop, I accidentally got an extra encounter. Never mind about that strat. Well, I'm dead again, just so you're all aware. This run is not going well. I did not practice this ahead of time at all. So it's probably been like a month since I last played this on very hard. I think an optimized run of this would be about 30 minutes, and there's a reason why the estimate's 40. Let's try this once more. Please just be cooperative. Okay, thank you. Okay, we should be in there now. Okay, geez, there. Not sure why I died like 4 times. Okay, I guess that's one of the harder fights before the end game, but it's not so bad. That was just a couple of unlucky fights. But hey, now we get something actually skill-based. See if I can snipe these.
We have destroyed a portal.
Oh, I missed one. That's actually really bad that I missed one. That means I'm gonna have to do one manually. Missed 2. This game has some auto-aim, but it doesn't help you as much as you think it's going to when you're sniping at that kind of distance. So I had to destroy those 2 manually.
We have destroyed a portal.
There we go. We need to destroy those because that's what reveals the ammo for the decoy sub-weapon, which we're about to pick up after we kill this dude. Please don't hit me with that charge shot. Yeah, eventually the enemies learn how to do that charge shot attack, and it legit kills you in 1 hit. It is some garbage.
We have obtained the program.
There we go, there's decoy. For story reasons, we need decoy to kill the next boss, which is kind of stupid because the whole point is he has this like attack that's supposed to kill you in one hit, but you can dodge it. So decoy shouldn't be required, but they just put a barrier on his health and you can't progress through the fight without it. So it's really lame that they force us to do all this even though we should be able to skip it. But here we go, we finally get another boss fight, about 17 minutes after the previous one. And this guy is pretty hard. His first phase is really easy though, so nothing to worry about here. This is the part where for story reasons we need to bait this giant laser into not hitting us. If you've got decoy, then it's literally impossible to die here. The second phase is the hard part. So I'm going to be purposely taking damage to cancel this phase. This is a bit risky, and then we can get some charge shots off on him if we stand on this safe spot over his left arm.
That's not an effective attack against me.
Then we just have to dodge around after that. You can actually, on easy, you don't see any of this because you kill him immediately. But on higher difficulties, you have to put up with all this. So this optimally is actually 3 cycles, but I've never gotten a 3-cycle fight. I just know it's possible. This is gonna take us 4. I don't want these things to hit me because they're stunned. You see how this is how you can do this in 3 cycles. You see how it's possible. Look at his health. But I just didn't get it. Probably like 2 shots short. Alright, he's dead. So that went pretty well. Sometimes that fight can be really awful. Oops. Now we're going into the end game part of the game. From now on, we are not going back to that overworld. It's now completely linear, straight to the end. So we've got a couple of regular fights, then we have a whole bunch of weird gimmicky bullshit and boss fights. So this is when things start to get really exciting. Through this canyon, there are, I think, like 4 or 5 groups of enemies. None of them are very hard at first, but the later groups of enemies we'll be fighting in the canyon, especially on very hard, are some really horrible guys. And I did not intentionally grab that health, but I guess it can't hurt. This canyon is actually a bit of a maze, but I know the path, so it's pointless.
We have shot down the enemy. We have obtained the Metatron ore. We will cease battle position.
We have the exciting breaking through walls mechanic that gets used 3 times total during the run. Really glad they added that to the game. Very important that we can break through the walls all 3 times.
We have shot down the enemy. We have shot down the enemy. We will cease battle position.
Alright, 2 groups left. These are the hard ones. This guy is going to be a 7S. The S means they're fast. The 7 means they're an asshole. So, 7S. Oh, that's not the attack we want to see. Please just die here. Thank you. Alright, those guys went down relatively painless.
We will cease battle position.
We just have one more group, and this one... Oh, that's... Come on. That guy got 2 quick ones off right at the start of the fight, so please just die here. Cool. And then he was a commander, so these ones do just hit once. Alright, great. We're done with the canyon.
We have obtained the Metatron ore.
So now we get another hard boss. This one is harder than the last one by a little bit, I think. This first phase, optimally we're going to do this in 3 cycles, and it's pretty hard not to do it in 3 cycles on very hard. This first one, he just comes around like this, and the general idea is that we're going to be trying to hit him with a charge shot when he flies in, and then not get hit is the plan. Problem is, those balls that he's shooting at me are like legit impossible to dodge. Like, we'll see if I can get one going, but if one of those balls wants to hit you, they can just lock onto you and then just not go away, and it's impossible to dodge them. But luckily we didn't have a problem with them that time. My health is still a little bit lower than I would like it to be for the second phase, but this should be fine. Also, I missed a charge shot, so that's not cool. So he has a bit more health than I'd like him to have right now, so hopefully we still get this in 3 cycles. Hopefully. Now we just come under him and keep firing these little small shots at him. And I promise I've tested everything. This is actually the fastest way to kill him, is to just hit him with the small shots. But anyway, that's his first phase. For his second one, he's going to repeatedly come up and then swoop down like this. And if you have just the right timing, which I did, we can cancel his attack and then get his weak spot exposed early. Then we just come down here and shoot him in the butt a whole bunch of times. And if we're confident that we've got the attack cancels, then we can play it risky and kill him in 4 cycles. But we need to get them all perfectly for that. That should be fine. Alright, cool. That one was really close, but we're still in there. These guys are here to completely screw up my setup. They make me move around. Oop. Well, that was the wrong input. So there goes our 4th cycle. We're going to have to do this in 5 now. That's fine. The 5th cycle is pretty easy. That's just a little bit of extra time. Why am I getting hit so much? That position was way wrong. I am shocked that I managed to get that timing. It's actually a little tighter than you'd think. The timing for getting the cancel. So normally I have like a setup for that. Yo, it's KZ Fru. What's up, dude? There we go, 5 cycles. No time to breathe though, because now we have the actual hardest part of the entire game. And I'm not joking about this one. So I might kind of shut up and focus here, but the general idea is that the fastest way to kill Viola 2, which is this boss, is to run up to her and then grab her and throw her into stuff. And it's hard. I don't know. All of her attacks will deal at least half your health. I'm trying to get her stuck in a combo, but she's not going for it. We'll just bait out something we can punish. Oop, never mind.
Damage index exceeding 50%.
I should take you more seriously.
Oh, come on.
Exceeding 75%.
Cool. Okay, she should be dead now. That's fine. So that was extremely slow. Optimally, if you have perfect timing, I think it's like a 3 or 4 frame window, but you can grab Viola 2 after you've already grabbed her and just get her stuck in an infinite combo. That's what you're trying to go for. But when it fails, you just kind of have to react to whatever she gives you. So if that was the hardest part of the game, then this is the second hardest part of the game. Although it's actually not so bad on very hard, believe it or not. This is harder on easy. There are these bombs that we have to defuse. There are 4 of them.
We have shot down the enemy.
And on easy, we would just tank hits by blowing up the bombs immediately to save us the time. But on very hard, that would kill us, so we can't go for that strat, thankfully.
Exceeding 75%, indicating major.
So I'm just going to leave some decoys around to distract the enemies while I defuse these bombs for free. That's the plan. Normally I'd be sniping these from a distance, and I would have like 0 health for this entire sequence. Let's see if I can separate these guys. Looks like they don't want to be separated.
We have shot down the enemy.
You can also route out how they drop full heals to help you out a little bit. Like, I want this guy's heal, so we're going to kill him.
Forces are in battle position. We have obtained the Metatron.
Oh, shouldn't have done that. I was in easy mode. Well, that's what you're supposed... That's what you do on easy. I was not using my brain. I haven't played very hard in kind of a while. I've been grinding out easy. But that's what you normally do. That's what you do on easy and normal. And it's fast. Trust me. On a very hard, like I was literally saying as I did it, it kills you. So that's just me not paying attention to the game at all. It's bad. As soon as I fired the lasers, I was like, whoops, wrong play. I'm dead. And then I almost did it again. My finger was legit moving towards the circle button. I was about to do the exact same thing again. I'm not smart. Please separate. I'm gonna die. Let's just do this from over here. How can I deal with this? I know, let's just ignore it. Let's just let all the problems compound by placing a decoy and running away. What I'm hoping to do now, because those guys aren't going to split up and my health is trash. Okay. I'm hoping that this guy, first of all, just lets me kill him. Ah. Why is this run so bad? Why is this run so bad, everybody? That's like my 5th death. I had a strat there too. What I was doing made sense. I just got punished for it. Like, I promise I don't suck at this game. I know it looks like I do right now, but I promise I don't actually suck. Oh, I did it. Like, legit, I'm wasting a minute. Like, there's no reason for me to press the button. It's muscle memory. I press the button every time. I should just, please, mercy kill this. Please. Don't actually, but I wish I could mercy kill this right now. Because I'm just a big idiot. I have muscle memory for the commit suicide button. Okay, don't shoot it. I'm just gonna tell myself that every time from now on. It's because I didn't practice, you're right. I legit just went into this like, whatever, it's been a month, that's fine. All the strats are different, but that's fine. Okay, these two need to separate this time. I swear to God. Thank you. This is what I was trying to do. Get them to separate like this, and then they won't cause problems. Okay, don't shoot it. I did not place a decoy. This is gonna get cancelled. Yep. Luckily, the enemies are stupid, so if we just put a decoy over there, they'll completely ignore me. Oh, come on. I was wrong, dude. They aren't stupid. Please die. Thank you. So it's clear that we're gonna need to kill this guy. He's not gonna let us do the thing. Okay, maybe we should mercy kill this at this point. This is getting pathetic. This is really sad. I'm not sure why I'm having so many difficulties with this. Like, the difficulty is called very hard, but usually I do this deathless when I'm practiced. Maybe that's the difference. Okay, there. Fuck, they're both dead this time. They're both dead this time. They spawned separated, so that's also cool. Okay, this is the attempt. This time we're gonna do it. And we're not gonna shoot any bombs this time either. Decoy. Should have placed that a little farther away, probably. Alright, so those enemies are the ones I'm the most afraid of. So now that they're dead, this is pretty free, as long as this guy doesn't kill me. Decoy. Alright, the lower level ones spawned. I want health from the lower level ones. Please give health. Please drop restores. I need them right now. No, come on. That's not restore, that's nothing. I need restore. Don't make me fight that 7S with no health. This has gone off the rails. There's the Metatron we were looking for. Okay. I'm just gonna decoy here because I have an extra. And then hopefully that'll let me defuse this. And then we just have to deal with those two really high level enemies that can kill me in one hit. No problem. Alright, he's being nice, he's being nice. Oh, never mind, he's not nice. Right at the end, dude, come on! That is such crap, too, because his charge shot missed, but it bounced off the wall. That is such crap. I've actually never even died that way before. Like, go back and watch that and watch my health bar when I go to fight those two guys. It drains immediately. That is such crap.
We have shot down the enemy. We have obtained the Metatron ore.
How many levels are after this? There's the final boss, and then there's 1 minute of cutscene, and then it's over. Or not cutscene, but 1 minute of auto-scroller. So there's like 2 minutes after this segment's over. We're still not going over estimate. We're still in there. I set my estimate expecting that this would happen. So it's fine. But it's actually not fine, because this is the most shameful speedrun I've ever done in my life. If you can even still call this a speedrun. Shouldn't there be... whatever. Oh, that's not the attack we want to see. We're just gonna kill this guy the old-fashioned way, with a whole bunch of little small attacks. Now we should be in there. Now there are no more enemies left that are strong. No, stuff like this has happened before. Mostly. Getting killed by the rebound from a charge shot has never happened before. But I'm sure there's some explanation.
We have shot down the enemy. I detect a bomb. Enemy backup forces are...
Metatron isn't random. Metatron is consistent, so I know which enemies are gonna drop it. Alright, now we just have this guy, and even though he's the highest level enemy in the game, and the camera is totally screwed up, we don't need to see him to kill him, because his AI is completely stupid. And he just lets you stab him in the back repeatedly. So now we have the final boss. We're through that section, we're now on the final boss. I could die here a couple times too, just a heads up. Hopefully she'll give me good luck and I won't die. So the idea for this is Zombie Naeth. And all you do is get her against the wall and do this and hope she doesn't break out of your combo. And it looks like she's gonna be nice to me. Sometimes she can just kill you. But it looks like she didn't do it, so we are in there. Alright, great. So now the game's over, but for some reason they make us wait around for a minute before it ends. So, yeah, we have a bit of time to talk. We can clip this guy through a wall. Watch this, watch him spawn in. Boom, he's in the wall. He can't kill us. If we get down to 1 health, it'll just stop doing damage. He's also stupid, so if we get up against this wall, then he won't hit me anymore.
What's up? You're finished?
But yeah, this is the really anticlimactic ending to Zone of the Enders 1. We kill the final boss, then this dude shows up, then we leave. And it's 15 seconds from the cutscene. So like I said, that was the absolute worst speedrun of this game I've ever done. Really glad I could share it with you guys. And time is coming up in just a second. Time. See, look, still underestimate despite all that. Despite all that, still came in underestimate. Let's check our death counter. Alright, 8 deaths. Not bad. Not bad at all. But anyway, there you go. That was Zone of the Enders 1. Played very poorly on very hard. I hope that I could set the schedule back on track a little bit with that complete trash speed run. And yeah, what's up next even? What's up next? I want to become the vegetable. Have fun watching that. Sounds crazy.